Hi, I'm Jim Bearden, and this is Leadership at the Points of Contact, a series of 5 to 6 minute, more like 6-minute videos that I've developed to help you enhance your effectiveness as an organizational leader. In this first section of the program, we're looking at a key leadership role, and that is to consciously create a culture that'll reinforce and support behavior essential to your organization's success. We've referred to it as a hero-friendly culture. Now, before we get into this lesson, let me ask you a question about the action items. By now, you're familiar with the format of the program, and each one ends with a list of steps I'm encouraging you and your associates to take. Those steps are extremely important. By completing the action items, you will dramatically increase the learning potential, the development of the leadership skills on which we're focusing in this program. So come on, do the action items, okay? This week, we are going to continue with the 6 specific steps that organizational leaders take to consciously create a culture. I am convinced that if you're watching this program, you're not really so much interested in philosophy or theory as you are in action. What are some things that I can do? So what we've looked at in the previous lessons are the 2 approaches that are most commonly used for creating culture. As I said, one that's commonly used and the one that's not. Those are the unconscious and the conscious approaches. Clearly, the one we're focusing on would be the conscious approach. In the previous 2 lessons, we have looked at step 1 and step 2 of the things you can do to consciously create a hero-friendly culture. The first step was to ensure that the people working in your organization know exactly what you expect from them. And we narrowed that down to specific situations and behavior. Number 2, the second step, the one we covered last week, would be for you and the members of your leadership team to identify and eliminate barriers to that behavior. And in this lesson, we're looking at the third step, and that is to model the sort of behavior that you expect from your employees. As leaders, we basically have 2 tools we use for influencing the choices other people make. And make no mistake about it, that's what we do as leaders. If we're effective, is we influence the choices other people make. The 2 tools we have are our words and our behavior. Let's talk about each of them, because both are important, but I think you would agree that one is far more important. Are our words important? Do they matter? And the answer is a resounding of course they do. In the previous, or in the first step in the 6-step process, we said, tell people what you expect. It's essential that they be informed. You must use your words. Words are important, the things you say. But too often what happens is words, talk, are the only steps that people in leadership positions take to influence the choices other people make. And if they rely exclusively on words, they're falling short of the mark, because the other tool that we have would be our behavior. Let me put this in context and see if this makes sense for you. People may listen to what we say. Or if you're a parent like me and you're thinking of your children, they may pretend to listen to things we say. But okay, people listen to the things we say, but they always watch what? They always watch what we do. And if there is disparity, if there's a gap between what we say and what we do, which one's going to take priority? And by now, of course, you know that it's the behavior. Behavior will either reinforce or trump your words. People will watch what you do, and people will be far more inclined to do the things that you expect them to do if they see you modeling that behavior, which is our third step. In my younger years, much younger, I had the privilege of serving in the Marine Corps. And in one training environment, which was being conducted by a Marine gunnery sergeant, and they run the Marine Corps. It was an officer candidate school, and he was providing us some training in something or another, but he had a mantra, something that he recited over and over and over again, and it stuck. And it went like this: you can't lead from the rear. What he's telling me, what he was telling us, and what I'm telling you, is that telling them what you expect is important. Showing them what the behavior you expect looks like is even more important. I want to leave you with a takeaway before we get to this lesson's action items, and it goes like this. And I want you to remember this, if nothing else, from this lesson. What they see from you is what you can expect to get from them. They being employees. What they see from you is what you can expect to get from them. Let's look at the action items. Remember, they're important. Let's look at this lesson's action items. There are only 3 this week. 1, review the situations in which employee behavior is especially important to your organization's success and the behavior you expect from employees in those situations. 2nd, I want you to identify situations that provide you with opportunities to model that behavior. And 3, pick one of those situations and make it a point to use that situation to model the behavior you expect. And a little side note, don't feel compelled to tell people that you're modeling it. Just do it. Remember, completing these action items is a key step you can take to bringing these concepts to life. So I really hope you're doing it.